Welcome to Alex's Comprehensive Car Tickets. And today we have a 2017 Corvette Grandsport. As you can see, the color of this car is black, and with the Grandsport you get these very sporty red stripes, which I love. And also down the middle you get a gray stripe which goes all the way to the back. And as you can see, the stripe starts with these vents to cool the engine. So if we're going on the back, you can see that the stripe ends right here at the tip of the spoiler. And speaking of the spoiler and other appearances of this car, you get some side skirts, which makes the car look more lower. And also in the front of the car, we get a front lip, which is scary because you can scratch it easily, but it does look very good. Now the Grandsport, what it basically is it's the Z06 body with a less scary engine. So this makes 465 horsepower instead of the over 600 horsepower that the Z06 makes. So it's a lot more manageable. As you can see here, we have two front cameras for when you're parking up front. You don't want to scratch the bumper or the wheel. And also, sorry about the fault, but as you can see in the headlights here, which is an interesting little feature, you have a little Corvette logo. As you can see here, it's a little Corvette logo, and I thought that was a neat touch, as well as the actual Corvette logo. And speaking of Corvette logos, if we also come around the back of the you can see here, so it's not as bright in the interior. You have a little gradient, so it keeps the sun out. And in the gradient, you can see it's a lot of little Corvette logos, which is very interesting. Other things that come with this car are some air vents to cool this beast. So you have the front vent here, which you see in all Corvettes. But what's special about this one is it's not just straight. You can see there's a little Grandsport badge here. That's the old car. Also here, you have another vent, which goes to cool the tires and the brakes. So when you're going on the heavy track, when you're using it heavily on the track, you don't overheat. Which is actually a problem with the Z06. The Z06 grill is not big enough, and the engine tends to overheat under heavy track usage. So back to the spoiler. What I love about the spoiler is that you see these little bolts here, which reminds me a lot of the Liberty Walk body kit, which I love those. Also here you can see more vents for style and for purpose. I like that these vents are actually useful. Let's take a quick look at the engine. So to open up the hood, just hold this lever up here. And as you can see, the hood opens from the hinges on the front. So you can open it like this. And here's the 6.2 liter V8, which is still hot, so I can warm my hands. It just looks really cool. Yeah, I think it's a very clean setup for the engine bay. It looks really new. Now we're gonna move on to the tires, wheels, and brakes. So the brakes on this car is Corvette brakes, and in the front you get 14.9-inch brakes, and in the rear you get 14.6-inch. And as you can see here from the brakes, they're also ventilated, so you get that cooling when you're using them heavily or just in general. And the wheels for this car, you have 19-inch in the front and 20-inch in the back. And what's crazy about these wheels too is that in the back wheels, they are 335 millimeters wide, which is absolutely huge. You get so much grip in this car, especially since you don't have that much power. It's more confidence inspiring. If you look back here, you can really see the girth and monstrosity of these wheels, which I love how it looks on this car. And also, in the front, we have 285 millimeter wide tires, which still is wider than the tires on my car. So now that we got the exterior, we're gonna go into inside of the car. So to open the inside of the car, you put your fingers in here and you press, and it opens right up. So now I'll see you on the inside. Okay, now onto the interior. As you can see, we have this light gray interior. And the thing that you get with this car with the 3LT package is that whatever interior color you choose, that's what it will change this color, as well as this color and this color to match the color that you chose for your interior. And what I do like about this interior is that you can see this does look like a Stingray. If you look at it, these are like the fins, which I think is a very nice touch. It's to trip you back to the Stingray Corvette, obviously. So with this car, what you get is you get a 7-speed manual transmission, which you don't see many of those, as well as this badge, the Grandsport badge. And if you're wondering why it says number 12 on here, it's because This car is a tribute back to the original Grandsport, the 1963 Grandsport. And this is a tribute back to the chassis number 002 because only 5 were made. And number 002 was the only one that was not restored. And I'll put a picture of it. It has the number 12 on it, that model, so it's a very cool tribute. Other things you get with this car with the 3LT package, you get this very nice to touch, it's very satisfying to touch, microfiber suede. As well as it's very nice looking because it's a weave. And also some other features that you get with this car is this cool little storage. If you push this button, it will go down and reveal some storage, which is very neat. You also get this carbon fiber, which I love, this matte carbon fiber. This is also the security system, so you can turn this on or off. You also get heated and ventilated seats, which the ventilated seats are not that great, but it's still nice to have. Get a cigarette lighter, as well as some center console storage, and also a very spacious trunk, which I will show you. It's actually surprising how spacious this trunk is. So we'll open it here. Also, you can see here you get the Grandsport badge. So let's open the trunk. The trunk, you can see, for a sports car is very, very roomy, which is actually very nice to have and surprising. This will make a great daily driver. You also get some extra storage in here. Yeah, now that we finish the interior, let's get on to the drive. All right, now we're going for a drive. To start the car, you press the clutch and you press the start button. Now this car has a memory seat control, so you have 2 settings. So I'm gonna go to my setting. There you go, self-adjusting. I have to put my seatbelt on. All right, put it into sport mode. All right, let's head off. This car also has a very cool feature, set of paddle shifters. You have a red matching paddle, which auto rev matches for you when you downshift, so it's very cool. As you can hear, the V8 is roaring. Question you might have is, why not get the Z06? Why not have more horsepower? Well, the thing is, for a lot of people, including myself, that is way too much horsepower. This is just a lot more manageable and less intimidating to drive. Also, you get more grip. Even though it's the same body and wheels as the Z06, you have less power, so it's not as out of control as the Z06 would be. A lot of people say that this is like the sweet spot for the Corvette, and I would agree. And the thing that a lot of people, they will miss with the C8 is that front engine feel and sound of the car, because you just can't beat it. Especially looking over this long hood and this curvy hood, it looks really good. I'm gonna let the car talk now. I love the Burwell strike. that it tells you when you surpass the speed limit, which I think is pretty useless. Could be useful sometimes though, to save you from some tickets. Alright, now we're pulling back into where we started from. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.